First, he is accompanied by the commissioner, Coach Lance Payne. He is the world beater, Chris Coleman.
Hey, keep him back. Keep him back. Hey,
That was very Mr. Perfect Curtis Hughes there with the towel perfectly on the shoulder. Chris Coleman, a man of precision and perfection, obviously.
Mr. Perfect Curtis Hughes.
Yeah, he threw his towel in perfectly on his shoulder. YouTube it.
I remember seeing it on Bobby Heenan. I've not seen him do it to
Curtis
Mr. Hughes.
Curtis
All right.
Hughes.
All right, there you go. His opponent. He is the ace, Oscar Maverick.
All right, I likes me some high flying, and Oscar Maverick's my guy.
There you go, man. This is an interesting match. You know, they sort of the neighborhood has broke out the Punisher, so to speak, of their dynamic group in the world beater Chris Coleman. You, of course, have had a bit of history with both these guys before. You've had matches with Oscar Maverick. And Chris Coleman's the guy. Whoa, he stumped him a little bit with that.
Great strategy right out of the gate.
This is a guy who likes to shake off early strikes, and that kick caught him flush.
That was a
he
tender
was
spot.
not able to shake that one off.
High on the thigh there. It was a tender spot, and well placed by Oscar Maverick. I think Oscar Maverick actually, through his trials and turbulations here at Imagine Wrestling, might have these guys well scouted. Having been a member of the neighborhood, he may have infiltrated their tactics.
I'm not sure if you could hear that through your through the screen there, but man, that kick made a pop. Holy cow! Kicks again. That might have been a little low. He's trying to take that leg out though. There's a sound strategy to be had there, and I would not have expected this start, to be honest.
No, not at all. Not at all. Very, very sound strategy from Oscar Maverick. He's obviously given this a lot of thought.
This is, of course, a favorite offense of Oscar Maverick. This is where he sort of excels. Is that is with those kicks? Let's see. Come on, already? Oh, there you go, man.
Well, it was nice while it lasted.
Yeah, I mean, this is where you don't want to be, as you know very well. You don't want to be on the ground with Chris Coleman standing over top of you.
No, not at all.
Not a good spot to be. Oh, that cross face will rearrange your features. That is brutal.
I was guilty of enjoying a competition there and what these men were about to do prior to the interference of Lance Payne.
What a shock, right?
Yeah.
I mean, note the sarcasm. This commissioner is the worst commissioner in the history of the wrestling, in my humble opinion.
That Chris Coleman left might have been one of the worst punches Oscar Maverick's ever felt on the side of his skull. If I was a referee, I'd check that closed hand of Chris Coleman. He might be hiding a fist behind that glove.
Geez, you think another straight left hand. I don't know if you were able to catch a shot of it, but, you know, Lenny is historically a guy that can brush off punches directly to the jaw. He was unable to brush those off with Chris Coleman at our last show in Altoona. Immediately felt the effects of that big left hand. It is devastating. But I don't know if anything is more devastating than that straight kick right to the face. You might want to check this match. This one might be over right now.
I don't think Oscar's going to dust that one off. Yeah, I saw that with Big Lenny, and that's in 15 years. I've never seen a punch stop Big Lenny like that. That's a hell of a hand by Chris Coleman, and a hell of a boot there to Oscar Maverick's face, too.
As you know, I would imagine there's some unfinished business between yourself and Chris Coleman. Our last trip to Johnstown, I was able to sort of successfully wreck your leg a bit.
Yeah, just a little bit. It'll never be over with me in the neighborhood, especially with Chris Coleman. I'm still limping. I'm not the same still from that injury in Johnstown. And they took full credit for it, laughed, gloated. I haven't forgot. There's a lot of reasons to hate these guys, but that's just my personal ones.
Yeah, well, I just don't like their general tactics. And again, those straight shots, I don't know how many straight shots a guy can take. I don't give a poop how tough you are. I mean, those are...
You know, Oscar Maverick might want to think about landing that plane early. We got a big event on Saturday, and I'm not sure he will recover by then.
Chris Coleman looked directly into the camera and said, Lenny, he got some fist for him. I missed exactly what he said, but he was talking directly.
I brought him a present. I'll show him again.
Brought Lenny a present.
If there's one thing Big Lenny knows, it's fist fighting in Hastings.
Yeah, that is for sure.
If I was Chris Coleman, I wouldn't talk into that camera at Lenny. His job's already hard enough. He don't need to make it worse for himself.
This is This is a bad spot for Oscar Maverick. This is what defines Chris Coleman, though. He wants to slow down the match. He wants to dictate the pace, and as long as he can do that, he's damn near unbeatable.
He is. He is. Oscar Maverick's doing a good job of keeping his back off the ground. He's not getting up to a vertical base solid yet.
And another one of those devastating clotheslines. Literally, not literally, but damn near cut him in half.
2.5 there, scratching Oscar Maverick's back right to the mat right after I said it. Vicious clothesline.
This is a mistake, even for a guy like Chris Coleman. I don't think you ever turn your back on your opponent. You know, I know that he got Oscar in a bad way, but there you go. That's exactly what I'm talking about.
Again,
Not a lot on those kicks, though. Not a lot at all. I think that that one he got him a little bit. Not his best kicks. I think he may be on a little bit of dream speed here. There you go. A little bit more on those punches.
I think one of them might have caught Chris Coleman in the ear there. He looked like he was a little equilibrium. His balance
Whoa, there he
up.
caught him with
we
that
go.
forearm, though.
Oh,
Big European uppercut.
that's what he needs.
Coming back to life a little bit. Upgrading his strikes, that's for sure. Caught him down.
Back to that leg. Great strategy. As we saw earlier in the match.
Let's go! Get up, Chris.
Oh, straight knee right on the jaw. Right on the left side of his jaw. This could be it. Wow, what an upset that would have been.
He just parted that beard like the Red Sea with that knee strike.
Tell you what, he doesn't want to take his foot off the gas. He needs to find another gear right now. End this match.
Get up.
He got him where he wants him.
He's on the mat. That's where you win the match. He's got to do something with it.
There he goes. He's climbing to the top rope. Something needs to be done here.
Lance Payne again on the apron. Come on, get him down from there. Every time Oscar Maverick makes any ground, Lance Payne interferes. Come on.
Going for that move. Oh, he landed on his foot. But he jammed his own knee.
Oh, man, I know what that's like. That could spell the end here. That's the same thing that happened to me.
Oh, my God. Here we go. He picks him up. Is this going to be that big running power slam? Damn near drove him through the ring. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Boy, I'd like to see how this match could have went if it hadn't been for Lance Payne. You know what I mean?
I'd like to see how this whole Imagine Wrestling company could go without Lance Payne.